Alrighty, welcome back to the Natty News Daily podcast. We are here with a returning guest, should need no introduction, Mr. Kendall Richmond. Kendall, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Blessed just for the opportunity not only to be on this podcast but also just this show alone. Really just been having a full mindset on towards it and taking full advantage of the opportunity. So I've been blessed and thankful for just to step on that stage with Olympians and be the natural competitor of a sea of just greats, and it's an honor to know that I have the support and everything from that Natty Bodybuilding, Natty News Daily, everything like that. So it's an honor.
Hell yeah, man. And we were just talking off air. Yet I think the last time we talked was 2022 towards
Yeah,
the end of the year when you were heading into WNBF Worlds. So why don't
yeah.
we quickly discuss? I know a lot of what's going on, but fill in the people with what's transpired, a lot of things. Uh,
Yeah. So I won my IWB Pro card this last year in March at the Arnold Amateur, and I had no intentions on getting my pro card. Honestly, my I just love stepping in shows and moments that are just big, that are grand, that are it's an opportunity to just have a goal, have a purpose, to just do something bigger. So my honestly my goal was to step on a grand stage like the Arnold and just do good. That's it. I had no intention on winning the whole show. And then of course I'm always gonna work towards getting first and being a winner at the end of the day. So when I won my class, and then I won the overall show, and I won it clean slate. Like every judge put me as number one. It wasn't close with me. And mind you, these guys are all on cycle. They got their own thing going on. I saw a complete difference between my skin texture and their skin texture. But I did enough to get my pro card, which does qualify me for Classic. The thing that happened was when the Arnold Classic came around, it was too late, and I completely forgot to register and everything. It was too late, so I couldn't even get an invite. Terrence Ruffin came out and was like, "Hey, I'm opening a gym. I'm not gonna do the Arnold Classic." Lloyd, the promoter, calls me literally in the middle of my client and was like, "Hey, you're next in line for an invite. Do you want to take it?" I was like, "Yes." Like I literally canceled my whole day, went to Costco, started grocery shopping,
Run it.
and then it really hit me when he sent me my photo with me, with the
On the
Arnold Classic
poster.
invite.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the poster. And that's what really
So
hit me, like, wow, I'm really gonna be doing the Arnold
was it?
Classic, which is pretty much my Olympia. This is pretty much
Yeah.
my Olympia per se, just because obviously the goal is to qualify for the Olympia naturally, but this is
Yeah.
my Olympia that I'm just taking full throttle, and just like I have to bring my all-time best. Like I have to really present that natural disaster, which by the way, that nickname came about when I won my pro card. One of my followers was like, "Oh, he's like a natural disaster." Out of nowhere, that comment blew. I gotta find it. That comment blew up, and then all the outlets, um, bodybuilding outlets, started calling me natural disaster. Even at the Pittsburgh Pro, my first pro show, they were like, "Oh, aren't you natural disaster?" And these are like guys that are like pros calling me that. So it's anyway. So the moral of the story
Made
was like
waves, man. Last year
huh?
you made waves last year, man.
Yeah, last year was a big year from the pro card. It boosted my following. Notoriety was through the roof. My first pro show at the Pittsburgh Pro, which I got top 10 out of 24 pros at one of the
You're
hardest
right in the
shows.
middle of the pack there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And Pittsburgh Pro, the reason why I did it, again, like the Arnold Amateur, I did it because it's competitive. That the Pittsburgh Pro is one of the toughest shows besides the New York Pro and I think one other show. So I was like, you know what, I want to do it. I want to see how I do against the best. And I got eighth or ninth out of 24 guys that are like pros, solid pros. So that's what really made me feel like I'm only 7 guys away from the hardest show. What makes the difference with me not being first at any show? It wasn't me and the 18 guys below me. I beat them, and I'm natural. So that's what gave me the confidence to be like, you know what, I can really do this. I can go to the Olympia naturally if I really come in more condition and just bring the all time best I can bring.
Yeah, so it sounds like with every step you've stepped into the ring and just like, wow, what's possible now? Wow, I think I could beat this guy. Oh, I think I can do this. Is that kind of what's going through your head?
Yeah, so the Arnold Amateur, when I became a pro card, that let me know like, wow, it's not politics. It's not like I have no coach. I have no brand on my shirt. I didn't come here with nobody. It's just me. These guys have jackets. These guys have their brands. So when I won my pro card, it made me realize, wow, it really is symmetry. It really is the most balanced bodybuilder. Like
Yeah.
you gotta just have the prettiest look overall. And that let me know like it's not politics. It's not favoritism because if it was I shouldn't have won that because I'm like I said I didn't have the grainy thin skinned tightness like some of these other guys had. I came in condition, but some of these guys glutes were like shredded, and you know, and I came in good enough to where my muscle bellies, everything else was good. And then I won my first pro show, I was top 10. I was like, wow. When because when they did top 10 at Pittsburgh Pro at the finals, they were like, hey, if you're not on this list, you have to go home. Like if you're not on this list, you're not in the finals, and you can just watch the show. Michael, Daniel. So I'm over there like, oh man, like if I'm not called, like I gotta go, right? Then they said my name was the last name and Kendall Richmond. I was like, wow, I'm in the top 10. I was like, so that gave me another boost. That's like, okay, what else can I do?
I could
You know
do
what I'm
this.
saying? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's like, what else can I do? There's no limitation because I'm natural. Like, you know, there's if that's the case and there's politics involved, I shouldn't be having this name on the stage naturally.
Yeah.
I should be the last one because I don't promote that lifestyle. I don't promote that um approach when it comes to bodybuilding. I don't promote, I don't, present myself like that. So that gave me the boost that like, okay, if I just come in this Arnold Classic and change a
When
few
did you
things.
get that invite too? Was that November, December? Was it
I got
December?
it. I got it late. I got it late, man. I got it 10 weeks out.
So
So
you're just like,
I got
man,
it.
it's time to really drop the
So
hammer. Yeah.
yeah. So Lloyd was like, I know this is a late invite, but are you like will you accept it? If not, I'm going to the next person. I was like, no, I'm in, I'm in. And he was like, you have to bring your best. He said the Arnold Classic is invite only. It's only 12 guys. You have to bring your best. This is the live stream is free. Every sponsor's looking at you. Everyone's gonna be watching it. Everyone's there. If you come in off, you're presenting yourself. You're presenting yourself like this way if you come off. Like this is the
Yeah.
show that you can't come on. You can't come in at your worst because everyone's looking at you. So this is going to set you off in a positive direction. You bring your best. And I was like I will bring my best, and I literally canceled my day, went to Costco, and just started prep right away.
So there's a lot of ways that someone might react to that, that pressure, right? They might feel that sense
Right.
of anxiety. And you probably have I'm guessing you have a blend of emotions, anxiety, like, oh, this is like I really have to bring it. Like I have 10 weeks, like there's a lot of pressure on me.
Oh
But
yeah.
like
Oh yeah.
you seem to be more so in the state of mind like this is an opportunity, and this is my opportunity, and I will manifest. Is that correct? Just based on like
Yeah.
our interaction here, what I've seen on your stories, it seems like you're taking on that like this is my time sort of mentality,
Yeah. Like
right?
yeah. Literally as soon as I dropped the call, I sat with myself. I shed a little tear. I was like, this is it. So immediately when he asked me the question, I said, yeah. Like I didn't even think about it. Like, man, if I say yes, I have these 10 weeks have to be the most invested I have to be ever on a show prep. But I didn't second guess it. I was like, yes. I was like, sign. I'm in. I'm in. And he was like, okay, what is send your best picture for your photo. We'll send you information on your flight. Because they're taking care of the flight, the hotel, everything. They're like, okay, well send us information on blank, 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 and you're in, and sign your contract, send it to us, and you're in. And as I sent that contract, and I pressed send on email, I said, Kendall, this is it. I said, you can't, there's no turning back or nothing like that. You send this contract because this is it. So I sent that contract, and I got my hoodie on, and the next morning woke up and did my car, got right to the cardio. You know, so I do see this is the biggest opportunity that I can ever have, ever. This is greater than anything I've ever done before at this span of audience. So I took it as like this is what I like live for. These moments where like the hard work comes to the biggest thing you can think of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that had to feel incredible, and
Oh yeah,
what what?
it felt incredible because I thought because it was too late. You know, Terrence was already in it.
Yeah,
Terrence
yeah.
was signed, sealed. He was on the list of the 12 guys. So I was like, dang. Oh well, you know, I'll do my next pro show and see if I get a qualification. When I got that call, it came at the most random time, and I almost didn't answer it because it was
Yeah,
a
it was
random
a
number.
random number. Yeah,
Yeah, it's random number. So
robocall.
Even Lloyd said, if you didn't answer this call, your spot would have been taken. So I'm glad I answered it because I usually don't answer unknown calls, but for some reason, I have no idea. For some reason, I pressed answer. I was like, hello. And then he was like, "This is Lloyd, promoter of Honor Classic." I went straight to the bathroom. I said, "Hold on, wait." I told my client, "Hold on one second." Went,
Yeah,
went to the bathroom, and I'm pacing left and right because he's telling me everything. Like, if you accept this invite, this is your chance to shine. This is your chance to, you know what I'm saying? This is pretty much it's the second biggest show besides Olympia, but if anything, the Arnold it is kind of like the biggest because of the promotion and everything that comes with it. Because it's also the expo, so it's also like every sponsor's there, the expo and everything else that comes with it. So it's
yeah,
not just the bodybuilding world, but it's the expo.
yeah.
It's the everything.
I've made it out to
You
the
know?
expo probably 3 or 4 times at this point in time. Yeah, yeah. It's it's
Yeah,
it's it's packed wall to wall, man.
it is, and it gets bigger every year because there's always something new.
Yeah, yeah. So,
So
but
it was a great feeling, and I wanted to hold on to that feeling, and I wanted my wallpaper is literally the picture that I have with the invite, and I'm just reminding myself like Kendall, like this is the opportunity that you've been waiting for. This is the moment where you have to go in deeper depths with conditioning, with prep, cardio, with dieting. This is what the moment you live for. Kind of like how I was with Worlds, where it was like this is my moment to be a world champion. It was the same feeling.
yeah. So what was your body comp and body weight like when you did get that call 10 weeks out?
I was, yeah, I honestly, I was like, I was heavy. I had no intentions on starting any prep. I think I was, I think I was like 240, yeah, like somewhere near
240.
240. Now,
And
right now,
you
I'm at
compete in the
two.
low
I'm
two
at two.
hundreds.
Right
Go
now, I'm
ahead.
at 217.
217. So you've dropped almost or over 20 pounds, somewhere around 20
Yeah.
pounds already
So yeah,
in what, in
yeah.
seven
And I
weeks?
go, and the weight cap
Yeah.
is 219. So I'm trying to go for a good 212.
Okay. What was your weight at the Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh, my weight was 204. But
204.
what I've added on this prep was I've added creatine in my prep, which obviously, like with the water being held in the muscle bellies and your body obtaining more water, and to obviously oxidate the size of your muscles. So I'm bigger,
Feel a little
but the
fuller.
but
Yeah.
the water being held in my like all the soluble water from the creatine, I'm bigger. So I'm about 4 or 5 pounds bigger than my normal weight if I was without it. So if I wasn't on it right now, I'd be probably like 212 or something like that.
Man,
So I'm so
Kendall hopped on the creatine. Watch out. Watch out.
because it's funny because I never did the creatine on past shows because I'm already big. I'm already a big guy. So me personally, and I've always had proper whole foods in my diet, so I never thought I really needed it. But this one, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try in my diet early and
Yeah.
get into it in weeks and let my body kind of get familiar with it. And now my size, you've seen me post. I'm a lot bigger, but I'm the creatine. I feel like I've used it in beneficial way with how I structured my prep to where now I look better than ever and still have my bubbly size still. So I feel like I found the key with the cardio and the structure with the creatine to where I hold my because I had the creatine last time with Pittsburgh, but I took it out because I was holding on water in my back, and I felt like the creatine was holding on too much water in certain areas that if I didn't have it, it was there. But I started the creatine 10 weeks out. I think I started at Pittsburgh like a little like 4 or 5. So that was way too close. So I've got into it now to where like I'm starting to see my glutes shredded for the first time. My lower back is even leaner. And I feel like just because I've upped the cardio and other things to get to the point to where the creatine is not benefiting me.
Yeah, yeah. So you're what? Is it 3 weeks out? 3 weeks out now, right?
It'll be 2 weeks out on Friday.
2 weeks out on Friday. Yeah, yeah. Gotcha, gotcha. That's a Friday
Yeah,
show. Okay, that's right. That's right. So what do the next
yeah.
2 weeks look like for you?
That was March 1st. Say it again.
What do the next 2 weeks look like for you then?
So right now, my training intensity has lowered a little bit. I'm going for just keeping the volume going and just more towards like depleting the muscle with pretty much any sort of like glycogen storages that I might have within the muscle. So I'm not really having. I'm still keeping the weight like certain compound lifts. I'm still keeping certain compound lifts of good heavy weight, just so I keep the same size and fullness, but it's definitely more volume now. Definitely more isolation, isometric holds, negatives, just more depletion with the training. Just because my carbs are not as high as they were, I'm slowly depleting them, slowly bringing them down to where I'm trying to like deplete myself with all the glycogen I have left. So the intensity is lowering down, cardio is still present, posing more, so I'm getting more posing conditioning. And just kind of going to hold on to that until I see how my physique is looking. If I need any more refeeds moving forward, I might need a high carb day, I might need so we'll see. But right now I'm already pretty much there. It's just kind of maintaining.
Yeah, yeah. So you've I think you might have or I know you've mentioned a little bit on your stories, but what are your goals going into the Arnold Classic then?
So my goal is to place. Like I would love to be an Olympian. That's literally.
Yeah.
I have no intention of beating Ramon. I have no intention getting top 3. None of that kind of stuff. I don't care if I'm 11 out of 12. I don't care if I'm 10 out of 12. I just want to beat an Olympian. I just want to, and I know there's 4 guys I can beat. Like I'm very confident. There's 4 guys I know I can beat to where if I come in exactly how I want to, 8 out of 10 is I win. Because I'm to be a natural bodybuilder and to be in the conversation, to be
Yeah.
in the combo of the lineup is what I'm going for. I'm striving to get to place. So
Yes.
if I place, I'm talked about. I
You
deserve to be in the conversation of, because these guys are all Olympians. These are all
all Olympians,
Olympians.
yeah. That means they all won
Yeah,
a pro show, right?
yeah,
They all
that
have
and
won
they
a pro
all
show.
literally have that. Yeah, they won a pro show and they literally was just at the Olympia. So if I beat anyone, I've beaten an Olympian. I'm in the lineup. I'm in an Olympian lineup, and I'm in the conversation of it. So if I get that done, I'm walking away with a victory in my opinion, to my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that like
Absolutely.
I'm not supposed to be here. I shouldn't be 7 out of 12. I shouldn't be 9 out of 12. You know what I'm saying? Against Olympians. But I'm confident in my mindset that I really can get 8. At least I feel like I really can get 7, 8 out of 12 guys. Like I'm really confident about that. I've seen this. I've seen the looks. I've seen how they're doing, and I feel like if I come in exactly how I want to come in with my symmetry, my balance, my physique, my waist, everything can beat every single one of those guys. If I come in, it just the tightest I ever came in. If I come in like that, I know I got
That's I'm stoked for you.
it. Well, because you know what, when I get talking about it, I get some excitement going because I'm passionate about this. I mean, you have to be like
Oh yeah.
you have to be when you're on that treadmill for over an hour. And you're not motivated with music and everything. You got to be passionate about it. Otherwise, if you're doing this for Instagram validation and stuff like that, it's not that you won't be fully immersed in the process
That only
itself.
takes
So
you so far. Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm when I'm posting and I'm saying these affirmations and I'm talking to myself. I'm really talking that way when I'm doing this cardio, when I'm cooking at 10 o'clock at night and I want to go to bed and I look at my physique and I'm like, okay, we gotta do 80 grams of carbs today. It's like it's not fun, but it's like every day gets closer, and I'm like, wow, Kendall, you're literally about to be 14 days on Friday. Like you gotta keep going. You gotta keep moving forward. It's this close. I'm getting emails like what's your jacket size for your Arnold Classic uh jumpsuit. I'm like you cannot get excited about this stuff. Like coming in there with an Arnold Classic jacket with your name on it, being at the athlete conference with your name, meet the athletes. Hey, how you doing? Signing autographs and being in that like athletic that athlete conference and these are Olympians and I'm here like what is there not to be excited about being that I get to like be on a podium with my name on it I'm signing autographs and shaking people's hand, meeting people and all that kind of stuff. Like this is my Olympia. That's because the exact same thing with the Olympia they do at the Arnold. So I'm like, what's not there to be excited about for this moment that might not happen again? You know what I mean?
Yeah, opportunity of a lifetime, and I can see you're just envisioning. You have a vision for
Oh
all
yeah,
these things that can come from this, and possibilities and things you'll do while you're there. And yeah, I mean, yeah, that's yeah, uh, that's a lot. I can imagine. Yeah, and
right.
that'll
It's a lot, but I do understand what you said about pressure. I do
yeah,
understand that because having the whole community behind me honestly is what gives me more motivation. I get like DMs every day. Like I'm talking about a lot of DMs. Guys are just saying, "Keep going, bro. Like you inspire me. Like and these are all guys that just want to be natural. They just want to compete. They want to be able to step on the NBC stage. They want to be able to do the kind of stuff and not feel like they have to follow a protocol. They have to do what the masses say because I just want to compete. So guys send me DMs many days where even I'm like, man, I don't feel like getting up, and I see DMs of guys saying like, hey man, don't quit, keep going, this and that. I'm like, man, I can't slow down when I got these people in my DM saying this stuff, and they have no idea who I am. They just know me from a competitive standpoint. So I'm like, I can't just slow down
yeah.
with these people when I got people like this literally investing their time out of their day to send a paragraph to me. Like I can't slow down. You know what I mean? So that honestly it reminds me like I know why I'm doing this. I know why I'm doing this naturally, and I want to stay true to who I am and stay true to what I said to do.
Epic, epic. It's almost time to shock the world, right?
I know, and that's what I do because if I place anywhere for the numbers that I said, that is a big deal. That's a big deal that a natural competitor is not indifferent from these other Olympians. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
if I get 9 out of 12, that's 3 Olympians that I beat naturally. Like that's a big deal. That's a story to tell itself. And the thing about it is that people know who I am. I'm not coming in there blind. They know I'm natural. People know I'm the natural disaster. They
yeah,
look at everything. They're not just blind to this. They look at everything. They Arnold Sports. Everybody look. They see who's coming in. They see what they're known for, what they've done. Because in order to be invited, you have to do something. Like they have to see who you are, what you've done, right? So that people know I'm the natural guy coming in. So if I was good enough to beat you naturally, that itself is a sales pitch. It's a topic. It's something to talk about. You know what I mean? And that gives me more confidence that like I can win a pro show. I beat 3 Olympians. I can win a pro show if I beat 3 Olympians.
yeah. That just bumps what you believe is even possible because like you said, you went in the Arnold Amateur. I'm gonna go see what I could do here. Oh, I won this. You went in the Pittsburgh Pro. You're like, let me see how this goes. Oh, I'm in the middle of this, and then like, yeah, you go into this show, and
Right. At the Pittsburgh Pro, when my name
it's
is
like,
called, and when my name was called, and we're doing confirmation rounds, I'm like, wow, I was called amongst 14 other guys in the top 10. And I didn't use nothing to get here. I just hard work, commitment, discipline, and just sticking to a program. And I was able to be and Pittsburgh Pro had the big judges there. Bob Iger and all them guys. These were like
That's where
Olympian judges.
Manion's located.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These were like Olympian judges that were calling me top 10. So these are guys that I would see in the big stages. So if I'm top 10 in their eyes, then I got an opportunity to get up there.
Hell yeah.
And all they said was come in more tighter, come in more conditioning. You got the shape, you got the symmetry, come in more. So my focus literally has been conditioning. Like, and I always get told that. I always get told conditioning because I have everything else. So it's like if I just come in, that's why all these videos I'm posting, I'm the most leanest I've ever been because I'm really taking it seriously on that conditioning. And I'm not just playing no games with the cardio this time and everything. I'm really coming in with that conditioning.
Hell yeah, and you'll get plenty of time on stage too, because like you said, there's only 12 of you. So
right. So even Lloyd said, even if you're second call out, you're still looked at. It's 12 guys, whether you're top 6 with Urs and Ramon or the other 6. It's only 12 of you. Like it's for second call out, last place is still looked at. So he said the same thing. He said because you will be the prejudging at the expo, the finals is at this big stage. So either way, you're looked at. So he was saying like you have to be your best because you're looked at regardless. There's no one else up there but 12 guys, including you.
Yeah. That's so exciting. I feel like you've probably burned like a couple hundred calories.
I know.
From your excitement. I can just see it in you. I love it, man.
I know I'm on low carbs, but I'm like animated.
You look like you just had a refeed, man, with all the energy. I love it.
Oh no,
love
man.
It.
I'm no, my carbs is low, bro. I'm surprised I'm even. I think it's just because it's the excitement. It's that's the energy. That's my energy right now. Is the excitement.
Yeah, I love the energy. I love the passion for it. So I absolutely love it. So, what's we'll close this out here. I think we went through quite a lot. So, what would be your message to some of the athletes out there that are seeing what you're doing now, pushing the absolute boundaries of what's possible? What would you say to some younger guys that you hear a lot of like natural limit this, natural limit that, and natural athletes can't do this, can't do that. What would you say?
I honestly, man, I have a certain belief in myself that's like it's bigger than who I am. Like I feel like I know you hear it a lot, believe in yourself type of thing, but I feel like I'm confident in my ability to do anything. I've always felt this way. I just if I can envision it and think about it, I feel like I can do it. I feel like whatever comes across my mind that I envision what I can do, I feel that's my subconscious is telling me that like this can happen. Like there's a possibility this can happen. And when I set out a goal for myself, I stick to it. And I learned that from my dad, like, just stick to it. If you have a goal that thrives you, that wakes you up in the morning, stick to it. And a goal to be a champion was always my goal as a kid. So when I achieved that with world titles and stuff like that, I always felt like I can do something more. I can do something bigger than this. It wasn't like a satisfaction of what I've done, but it was a matter of like, what else can I do?
Yeah.
And I just have this belief that like, if I became a world champion at 21 and did it again, I can win this, I can do that, and people tell me how far I can go. I'm like, you know what? Why not? Why not go for it? I'm young and I got a lot of heart in me, and I'm confident. And that's what made me go for the pro card because I'm like, it doesn't hurt to try, and I love being on purpose. I love to have a goal in mind, and I feel like if anyone just has confidence that they can achieve something bigger than what they envision, then go for it because there's a reward you get internally that is not of what like an item, a trophy can get. It's you obtain so much character from it, and I feel like people should stay true to themselves and what they and what they want to do. But if you're natural and you're a bodybuilder and you feel like you can do something, you can achieve something naturally, I say do it. Because I've seen it firsthand, being that I've seen it firsthand makes me believe I can go to the Olympia naturally. And I've had so many people tell me that's not possible. I'm like, I want my pro card naturally.
And you're what, 26?
I was top 10 at the Pittsburgh Pro and beat 14 other pros. What if those 14 pros, it was just them and me, I would have won. I would have won the show. So what makes it indifferent to reach for the stars and go for something bigger like that when I've seen what I can do? Now,
How old are you too?
If I went for it and it didn't happen, you know, it's like, okay, you know, maybe it's a little bit foggy when I'm envisioning. If I've done it and see what I can do, it only gives me more affirmation that I can do something bigger. And that's why I just feel so confident in going for it, because I've seen what I can do. And I feel like it starts with the first win. It starts with that first feeling you get when you get your hand raised, or in anything you do. If that happened, you can do the next best thing.
Oh yeah. How old are you again? Are you 26?
I'll be 28. I'm sorry, I'm
28.
28. I'll be 29 in October. I'm 28.
28. So yeah, you're just scratching the surface, man. I mean, natural bodybuilders,
Exactly. So it's
don't
like,
peak until it's like, yeah, if you're doing this now at 28, yeah, the sky's the limit, man. So,
right,
dude,
okay.
thank you so much.
I got like 2%, but yeah.
Thank you for coming on. Yeah,
It's
I
been
think
an
that's a
honor, man.
great
It's a
way to
pleasure.
close. So
I love
I
being
appreciate you
on
coming
here.
on 3 weeks out, or 2.5 weeks out. And man, I'm
Almost
stoked
2
to
now,
see you
yeah.
crush it in a few weeks here. So appreciate your
Thank you very
time,
much.
man.
I appreciate it.
All righty. If you want to see more, continue to subscribe, like, and look forward to seeing Kendall here in a couple weeks.